So we just saw he's been on that special assignment all week.
Yeah, the United States Navy is celebrating its 250th anniversary this year, and they've invited media from across the country to visit Naval Station Norfolk to share the stories of the men and women who proudly serve our nation.
But this isn't the first time WTL 11 has been there. 30 years ago, Toledo 11's Jeff Heitz made the trip for an exclusive look at the Navy's newest nuclear-powered submachine, one with a strong hometown connection.
February 24th, 1995, commissioning day for the USS Toledo. On this day, the boat is officially accepted into the fleet of the United States Navy, joining more than 50 other fast attack submarines now in service. The modern-day U.S. nuclear submarine basically is divided in two, the main propulsion spaces and everything else. The improved Los Angeles-class sub is 360 feet long. Picture it sailing into the University of Toledo's glass bowl, where it would stretch from goalpost to goalpost. The USS Toledo is home ported in Norfolk, Virginia, at the world's largest naval base. 100,000 military and civilian employees work here. That equals a third of the population of Toledo. Norfolk also is home to about 100 other ships, from aircraft carriers on down. 24 fast attack submarines are based here. The newest, the USS Toledo, is ready for sea trials. The USS Toledo can launch either Tomahawk cruise missiles or torpedoes. The sub is capable of reaching 75 to 80% of the world's landmass with incredible accuracy. The dark areas on this map show the regions out of range. As you can see, there aren't many. It's quiet down here in the torpedo room right now. Some men even sleep here. But when the order goes out, manned battle stations, it doesn't take much to move one of these torpedoes, even though each one weighs more than 3,400 pounds. The sub's captain and his officers eat here, the wardroom, probably the second roomiest space on the boat. The enlisted men's mess is the largest space, although aboard the Toledo it's called the bullpen in honor of the mud hens. But as big as it is, with 116 enlisted men, the sailors have learned to eat and run and let the next man in. Space is at a premium everywhere. Beds are called racks. They're stacked in threes with several stacks to each compartment. Just getting into some of them takes either great ingenuity or gymnastic abilities. While there are no height limitations on submariners in the U.S. Navy, these bunks, or racks, are really more comfortable for somebody about 5'8" rather than somebody 6'4" like me. One more reason why I'm happy I was on a destroyer when I was in the Navy. Spare time on the USS Toledo. Recreation is what you make of it, from viewing one of 300 movies on board to just spending a few quiet minutes alone. Another day on the sub is about to end, 400 feet below the ocean's surface. There will always be another mission, another assignment for the Toledo somewhere out there below the horizon. But wherever she goes, she carries more than the name of a city in Northwest Ohio. She carries a proud, determined crew, one in which the city of Toledo can take a great deal of pride. I'm Jeff Heitz. Thanks for joining us. Good night.
How cool to see a little bit of local history.
Yeah, very cool.
And Jeff Heitz, I mean, we don't get to see him anymore,
No.
so that was cool. Well, 30 years later, the USS Toledo is still proudly serving in the U.S. Navy, protecting our country every step of the way.
And wherever her missions may take her, we know that the spirit of Toledo, Ohio is always along for the ride. That is really cool. You know, those close quarters like that, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine living on that day to day. I mean,
Yeah.
I think my apartment's small, and it's much bigger than that.
Yeah, so wild, but cool to see that inside look, but also from 30 years ago.
You know what I liked? I liked seeing the dichotomy between Jeff Heitz and Dan Cummings.
And Dan, Little different.
Very different
Little
energies,
different
but,
experience for
you
them.
know, it takes all types.
It does, yeah. It's great to see these old stories from the Channel 11 archive. And if you want to see even more, you don't have to wait until next Friday.
Yeah, that's right. The WTOL 11 Vault with Dan Cummins is streaming right now on WTOL 11 Plus. New this week in the Vault, before you head out to the Toledo Air Show this weekend, take a look back at 3 decades of unforgettable Toledo Air Show moments.
Be sure to check out the WTOL 11 Vault on WTOL 11 Plus. It is a free app you can download on your TV. We'll be right back.